Guys, welcome back. With the GSXR, well, we were planning on going to the Isle of Man TT on it, and then I put it up for sale. Had a few bits of people interested in it, but it just never really happened. So I've decided now I'm going to paint it. As much as the paintwork is on it, and it is a banging paint job, it's a fucking horrible colour. I fucking hate the colour of it. I mean, if I'd have chosen a colour, I wouldn't have chosen this colour. I'm not saying the colour itself is awful, it just I don't think it suits the bike that well. So I'm going to bite the bullet and I'm going to have it painted. I've decided to do it in Suzuki GSXR 1988 1100 white. But originally this would have had a dark blue top fairing, white bottom fairing, and everything else would have been white, and then there's some decals. The decals I've got from a company, can't remember their name, they're on eBay, and they do a replica or as good as, you know, an OG original sticker kit. I'll show you the sticker kit. It looks great. It looks great quality. So I'm going to do everything white, including the top fairing, and then I'm going to do the wheels power blue, which is like, you know, the Suzuki GSXR. They've got three colours in, like a dark blue, a light blue, and a white. And that's basically the colour code. So once the stickers are on, the whole bike's going to end up white. If someone wants to put it back to original colours, basically the frame needs to be silver, the forks need to be silver, the swing arm needs to be silver, and this top half fairing would have to be that dark blue. I just think that dark blue looks hideous, and I think it's better with a full white fairing, nice and clean, and then the original stickers putting on. So what I aim to do in this video is to strip it, show you guys the process of, you know, getting it up and painted, and then what it's going to look like after. So hopefully it should be a nice little video for you guys, and you'll enjoy that, because this is a nice little bike. It's still for sale, but I'm going to do it up the way I want it, and I'm going to enjoy it and ride it. And if anyone says how much is that, I say, look, £3 you can own it. If not, I'm just happy to keep it and keep riding it. I want to fund a camper van project, probably not for the channel, but I've got. If you go back for the channel, I used to have a souped up Volvo drift car, and it had a 300 bhp red block engine in. I've got that sitting on a stand in my garage at home, and my plan was to get a short wheelbase transit motorhome or camper van and do a 300 bhp camper van, because we've got so many fun things we do. We go kayaking, off-roading, and we started doing the mini supermoto in the new year, and a little bus like that with like a fridge in it and a heater and somewhere to put your head down and get changed, and everything would be absolute ideal. So I've got a lot of toys, and you know what I mean, and if I could sell this and fund a project of it, then that's what I would do. But to be honest, I'm happy to keep it. So what I've ordered for it is a sticker kit. I'm going to order a pair of tyres for it. It's got 100 wide front and rear, and I just think they look shit. So I'm going to put a 120 on the front and a 130 on the back, or 120. I haven't really measured up probably, but it looks like there's loads of room in the swing arm. Just to give it a nice fresh tyre. These tyres are more, they look like enduro tyres, like a cross between like a road tyre and an off-road tyre, like a dual sport tyre. I don't like the look of them, so I'm going to put like a proper sports bike looking tyre on. So yeah, the plan today is just to strip it, get it off to the painters, and then when it comes back from the painters, and you can see the before and after. So hopefully this should be a nice little two-part video. I'd like to take a moment to thank everybody that subscribed to the channel. And you know, it's not a massive channel, but still I do appreciate everybody that does, and that really helps me out, really spurs me on to do a bit more. I keep not losing the lacklustre to keep losing the enthusiasm for it. It's just finding the time. We've had so much with COVID and work at the moment, and everything else, like, you know, I had to have 2 months, you know, just to get back into the swing of things. There was so much going on at the moment, I just didn't have time for any of the projects in the workshop. I've still got the ATC, and that needs a day on it, and it's done. I'm going to keep fucking rattling in these fucking intros. The ATC needs very little, and to be honest, I don't want to over-restore that, because I want the kids to use it. And then, you know, in another 10 years, once they're older and older, and then, you know, they're not interested in it, I'll probably fully nut and bolt restore it again. So I just want them to enjoy and use that. It's got a dent in the tank, the plastics aren't the best, but kids are going to rough it up, so I might as well just leave that as it is. A couple of people have asked about that, and that's what's going to happen with that. I'll get back on it once I've got some spare time and some money. So right, let's strip the GSXR. Yeah, one of the reasons that spurred me on to get it painted was there was some damage to the plastics here, little crack and blemish in the paint here. If that hadn't happened, I'd have probably just kept trying to push it on to sell it, but like I said, it is for sale. But once I've painted it, I've got to get all these decals off it as well, because they're going to be annoying for the painter, so I'll help him out and take all these off. Right, I'm going to show you my new decals, and we can lay them up against the bike so you get an idea of what it's going to look like once it's done. Those bottom fairing stickers, they're all cool and that, but like I say, it's not really my cup of tea, to be honest. So I'll show you the new decals. So yeah, these are the replica decals I bought. I bought them from a company, I think they were called Replica Decals or something similar to that. I could check up if anyone wants to like. But yeah, they got the original tank, that's the back panels, that's the lower panels, that's the one between the tank and fairing. Then we've got Suzuki Advanced. Oh yeah, so yeah, comical system. And then there's these as well, to the Suzuki logos in red. They go in the bottom half of the fairing. I'll have to double check, but yeah, these weren't cheap. These were almost 100 quid, but you pay for you get what you pay for, don't you? And I couldn't find anyone else. I probably could have had them made somewhere else, but they probably wouldn't have looked right. So I want this to look bang on. So I think with the white, the blue and the darker blue, I'm going to do this. See this actual light blue, that power blue, that's what colour I'm going to do the wheels in, and then I'm going to fit a pair of new tyres. Like I said, these tyres are a bit wee. I'm only 100 wide. I think there's plenty of room in there for a wider tyre. Just want to give it a bit more of a stance, a bit more of a look. So I reckon about a 120 or a 130 rear tyre, and then I'm going to put a 120 on the front. My daughter's having fun peeling all the stickers off, which saves me a job because I don't want to do it. And then I'm going to order a brand new fairing, brand new bolt kit from eBay or somewhere like that. Get a brand new, fairing trim kit, because it's got these horrible anodized blue ones in. We don't want those. We want nice silver ones. Yeah, and then it will be a really nice bike. I'll repaint that as well when I've got it off. See if the painters will throw that in for free. So yeah, the plan today is just to get it completely stripped, and I'll take the two wheels off and all the panelling, and then send it off to the painters. It should be a couple of weeks. I don't want to rush them. They're doing me a good price on it. A pair of guys I know, they run luckily on the estate I work on, they've got a powder coater and a painter, and the lads have done me an alright price on those. So if you want to use them, I can recommend them. They're in Coventry as well. So right, let's get it stripped. Right, so all the decals are now removed. A little bit of sticker residue left over, but that's easily to take off with some solvent or something like that. So, yeah, well, that's coming on video, but yeah, I think it looks better already. It looks better without the decals on. Actually, the blue looks a lot better without all those bright yellow horrible stickers on it, but still, it's still getting painted. So right now, my plan is to get tank off, get panels off, and then strip all the wheels off as well. So, right, let's crack on. Right, so I've got the majority of it stripped, all the back end's gone, all the side fairings are gone. Frame's in fantastic shape, paint works great. I've got to find, while we're waiting for the tank to pull the front nose off, because the wiring for the indicators goes through the headstock and down into the main wiring harness here, so I have to disconnect the headlight indicators that way. Because then obviously you've got to unbolt the things with the wiring going through it, so I couldn't get the front fairing off, so the nose will come off. We'll take the screen off because the screen doesn't need to go to the painters. Yeah, so everything should check out okay. Right, so it's fully stripped down now, everything's off, all the fairing work and the bodywork's all down here. I've got to get some more fuel out of the rest of the tank. That's all to go off the paint shop. I've got to strip the wheels off because these are going to get painted blue. Like I said, I was going to do these power blue. Both of those need to come off, so that's the next task, get those stripped out. Right guys, I've got all the bike stripped, wheels are stripped, all the plastics are all in the car. I'm going to go drop them off at the painters tomorrow morning. They're going to have it for a couple of weeks, so there'll be no rush to get it back. Regards to the bike, it's bang on, so I ain't got to change anything, I ain't got to do anything else. I am going to order 2 new tubes and 2 new tyres. The wheels were an absolute wanker to strip. 10-inch wheels, they're so small and they're so narrow that it's just really tight to get the bar in and stuff. I was trying to wait for a I was going to try and wait a couple of minutes until the the shanty town that my dad's got next door. Like they've got some Eastern Europeans that are playing some hardcore thingy trance. So look, if you can't hear me over that, here it is. Look. Fucking hell, I don't know how you put up with that. Well, anyway, yeah. So, as always, like, subscribe and comment and all that jazz. And ciao for now. That's gonna have the ba at the end.
They laugh when they do karaoke. They do the karaoke, and every song goes hey, hey. That's all you get.
Yeah.